Hello, and welcome to another episode of The Great Reset. My name is Robert Brill. I am the Chief Executive Officer of BrillMedia.co. We're an advertising and marketing firm that helps companies advertise, driving sales and leads with the best data, tools, and tech that's available in the marketplace. If you're following our channel, you've seen that we haven't been on YouTube for a couple of weeks now, and that's because we have gotten very busy. We've had some changes in our staff, and I really just haven't had the mental fortitude to focus on the work of creating content because frankly I feel like I have maxed out on some of the stuff that I really want to say, and it was getting a little monotonous for me. We are no longer going to be running videos that are twice a week. Instead, I'm going to focus on creating content at a cadence of my choosing, maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks. There'll be longer form content. We have a great editor whose name is Gustavo, and he's going to edit the content, and it'll be slightly longer form. What I'm going to do over the next couple months is share some stories of how we've been growing our business and sharing the creation process. And one of the key things that's very important that I tell members of my team regularly is that the process of creation is messy. We are going to break some eggs as we do this. And what we're really focusing on, our business is focusing, I've developed this new solution with a couple of our partners called Spot On Marketing, where we help business owners for $1,500 a month drive sales and leads. We have a 4-step process that works really well. It's creatively driven. It's based on a proven framework of lead generation and sales generation. And I've really been focused on that. I'm really excited about that because it's such a well-priced offering and it works so well. I'm part of Entrepreneurs Organization, EO, and really recently had the opportunity to be on a call with about 700 other people with Gary Vaynerchuk. And I had met Gary before, and while I haven't been listening to him, I took a break from listening to him throughout most of the last 9 months because I've been really focusing on other types of content and really focusing on different parts of our business. So we had this opportunity to hear what Gary Vaynerchuk says, and the types of entrepreneurs inside EO, we're the sort of sweet spot for entrepreneurs that he likes to talk to and work with, etc. And I'm really excited because we've done the things that he said to do, and I haven't been listening to him for the last 9 months. And he said 2 things. Take advantage. One key thing that is very important for me. Take advantage of the moment. Whatever that might be, use whatever tools and capabilities you have available to you and take advantage of the momentum you might be gaining. And there's 2 things. One of our partners, a creative partner that we work with, she actually entered into what Gary Vaynerchuk described as micro M&A, micro mergers and acquisitions. And she acquired a small firm that allows her to expand her creativity and acquire new clients. So I was like, wow, this is really cool. Like the folks I'm working with are doing the things that some of the smartest minds in business recommend doing, and it comes natural. And so to these types of people, I feel so great because it's like the people I'm connected to and the people I'm working with have the instinct without being told that you need to do something. So that's pretty cool. And then secondly, I'm really proud of an action that we've taken. We had this really talented senior account manager get recommended to us. We weren't trying to hire anyone, and certainly we hadn't budgeted for this senior account manager role within our organization. But luckily, we've had great opportunity to grow over the last several months. We've rehired people that we at one point laid off, and we're growing. We're growing again. It's a great feeling to be growing again within the organization. And so I took the leap of faith and I said, okay, this is a great, talented person, and we are going to hire her because she's available to us, and we need to take some action here. Both of these things, the micro M&A portion and the hire when you weren't expecting to hire, this content, this idea is underscored by Gary Vaynerchuk, who I have a great deal of admiration and respect for. And if you listen to his story, I mean, he's laid off folks from VaynerMedia. He's keeping on a lot of people from VaynerMedia. I don't know the nuances of his financial situation, but there's definitely financial and fiscal challenges across the board in the advertising and marketing business. The benefit to companies like us is that we have We are already a digital first organization. In fact, we're digital only. And we have this really unique opportunity to help businesses become a digitally enabled business through the use of Facebook ads and Instagram and programmatic and banners and all the tactics that have been ingrained in the DNA of our business since the start of our business and in my career since the start of my career 17 years ago. It's really exciting. So I think the next few videos that I'm going to be posting over the next couple of weeks, we're really going to be talking about things that I find interesting in the world, including documenting here and there the journey of growing spot on marketing, and really getting away from the much more tactical videos that we've been creating over the last few weeks. What I think is ultimately interesting for me as a business owner is the enterprise business that we've had inside Brill Media, the one that we started in 2013 and grew, and it's the enterprise business. And what's interesting to me about that is we've had a set of growing pains that we've solved. In most cases, we've solved the growing pains that we once faced. And it took us 1.5 years, 2 years to solve those in some cases. We're going through the same challenges of spot on marketing, but they're taking us months. And I really like the fact that we're able to do things quickly. We're learning lessons, and we are becoming a valuable process-oriented company much quicker the second time around than we are with the first time. So right now, the way we're structuring our business, we have an enterprise division where we help agencies and bigger brands advertise like the Fortune 500. Separately, we have this independent business solution, Spot On Marketing. Our goal is to serve 1,000 independent businesses over the next 5 years, which I think is a completely doable goal to achieve, and I think it's possible that we can achieve that faster. $1,500 a month, recurring revenue, and the whole recurring revenue thing I think is super interesting. I was listening to one of the Scott Galloway podcasts. He has 2 podcasts that I'm aware of. One which is the Prof G Show, which is fascinating. It's a little bit raw, and he has guests, and this show called Pivot. And I believe it was in Pivot where Professor Scott Galloway was saying that when you look at valuations of companies like Netflix, the old economy are companies who don't have recurring revenue businesses. The new economy are businesses that have recurring revenue. The larger the percentage your business actually is, the more valuable your business is. And so Netflix would be an example of a company where 100% of your business is recurring revenue. From a business perspective, I am super excited about microtransactions. When I say micro, I just mean like $1,500 a month. We're going to put in between $5,000 and $10,000 a month worth of work, of time, of energy, of production into that client, and we're going to charge $1,500 for that. But at scale, when you have 1,000 clients paying $1,500 a month, it's a very different economic model. So we're seeing some good successes there, and we're revamping our sort of workflow there. One of the cool tools that I've been recently looking at is called Rike, and they're, I believe, a better tool than a tool that we had used in the past called Monday.com. Not to knock on Monday. What's really interesting, I see a lot of advertising for Monday. I see almost no advertising for Rike other than search. And what's really interesting, the insight that came to me from there was I kept going on Google and searching for how to do certain things on Monday.com. And the ad that I kept seeing in search results was for Rike. Then I turned on Rike and I was like, ooh, I like Rike a lot better. And looks like we're going to move forward with Rike as our project management tool. And what's cool there is it has allowed me to organize my thoughts as I think about all the facets of the business and being able to handle the podcast and the business operations and the marketing and to set goals and to set timelines. It's a more sustainable solution than I think Monday.com has been in the past. And then secondly, it allows me to think about the business in a way that I just didn't have the opportunity to think about it before. So really when I'm assessing tools like Rike and Monday.com, my core question is the foundational framework of this tool going to allow me to think about my business and organize my thoughts in a way that's going to make me more productive. What I really like about Rike is that A lot of the website stuff that we do, not big website changes. I'll talk about small changes. I'll give you one example. One example is at some point we need to change the copyright from 2020 to 2021 on our website. Okay, cool. But the way we have our site set up, it's not in a uniform place. So there's a few different places I need to change that. Simply having a place inside Rike where I know that this is going to be stored, I can get it off my mental shelf and I can just put it on Rike, allows me when I have 15, 30, 45 minutes to work on something between meetings or my headspace is clear for something, I can just cycle through all the open tasks that I have inside Rike, and I have the ability to go in and decide, okay, I'm going to make that change right now. And I've been using Rike for a week, and I feel like my productivity, I don't know if it has increased or swelled or whatever the case is, but I can tell you I feel a lot more comfortable with it. I don't have to worry about remembering all the things in my head. And then secondly, I don't have to worry about keeping them in Evernote. What I had been using up until now is Evernote to keep track of my raw notes. And that's very good. I actually have a great deal of respect for what Evernote does because it connects notes from my computer to my phone, and I can do anything from shopping lists to I keep track of interesting like TikTok videos that I find that are a bit helpful for business, or I keep track of interesting food recommendations or recipes that I find, or tools, or whatever the case is. I keep track of it. A lot of the raw notes, the notepad kind of like thought process content goes directly into Evernote. But with Rike, it forces me to be a little more organized in what we do. It also creates a standard operating procedure that we can, a project, they have projects and folders. So a project for me to use as a standard operating procedure inside Rike, which then I can pass on. So what I think we're going to do with Rike is replace SharePoint, which we use as our sort of like where we store our standard operating procedure, and push it into Rike. That's an idea. I don't know if we're going to end up doing that, but that's an opportunity that I see. So I guess one thing from this video is if you're looking at a project management tool, Rike is a fantastic tool, at least the first 7 days that I've been using it. I think it's easier to use overall than Monday.com, because the challenge I had with Monday is that I was focused on keeping the rules of the tool in mind. But in Rike, I can focus on my thoughts and the business things that I'm thinking about. I don't have to think about the ways that I need to use the tool to be effective. So I'm actually able to think about it. Actually becomes useful. But recap over the last few weeks: Go Dodgers. The art behind me is Mike Wen art on Etsy. Really great art. I found him on Reddit, and it's a watercolor of Mookie Betts with his World Series patch. Go Dodgers. As you can see, I'm a big fan. I was excited to buy my Dodgers hat with the World Series patch on it and a couple shirts, and flat out told my wife, look, for Christmas, get me something commemorating the Dodgers World Series win. I'm super thrilled about that. Rike.com, we have a rep there named Jared, and he reached out to me without me even without me asking for it, and really great to talk to him, and smart dude and very understanding and receptive to what we need. And it was actually a really great conversation, even though I'm really kind of hesitant on a lot of these sales calls that I don't ask for. Spot On Marketing, $1,500 a month. I think as a business owner, what's interesting about that price point, it's easy for marketers to say yes to $1,500 a month because they're getting so much. The fundamental challenge that we're solving with Spot On Marketing, we've tried in the past to offer independent businesses marketing solutions advertising, because we're a media buying firm. Our goal is to help a company reach their customers effectively and efficiently. And I've seen how Fortune 500 brands like Bacardi and Toshiba and PetSmart, all brands that I've worked on, Sony and Disney, and Capcom, I see how they grow their businesses using these really effective, massive tools. And I was like, okay, well, there should be a solution there for independent businesses. But the challenge is independent businesses can't just deliver me an ad, because in order to deliver an effective ad, you need to know how to design an ad. In order to know what to say in the ad and what images to use in the ad, you need a strategy. Independent businesses may have one marketing person or no marketing people. And the challenge at the end of the day is they don't have a strategy, they don't have creative, they don't have the raw materials to be able to output an ad that's effective. So then we run ads, the ads are not good, it doesn't work. So instead of that, we said, well, we are going to take ownership of the entire process. You may have collateral, you may have images and copy, and we'll certainly test those. We don't want to rely on those. We don't want to rely just because someone knows Photoshop doesn't give them the ability to create ads that convert. On the flip side, when we do strategy, we actually think about the transformational component of your business. What is the value to the consumer? How do you enable a consumer to live a better life? And we really hone in on the storytelling component of your business so that we can understand the transformational value you provide. And we share that story in 3 fundamental steps. And for lead generation businesses, the vast majority of our clients are using a lead magnet. And a lead magnet is a value-driven download that your customers can grab. A big part of the storytelling process is to identify a key challenge that customers have, and then identify the solution with the lead magnet. What doesn't work is to simply say, hey, I'm here, I exist, my company exists, you should buy from us. What does work is you have this particular challenge. We have something free for you to fulfill on that challenge. And ideally, that thing that's free that you can download is a video or a coupon or a guide or some sort of research that enhances the prospective customers. And then you've opened the door, you've unlocked something with the consumer that allows them to be receptive to the subsequent storytelling messages that you have. And through that process, through that 4-step process, we're able to nurture relationships from people, customers saying, I've never heard of you, to I've seen your messages, to I'm downloading your lead magnet, I'm sharing my name, my email address, my phone number with you. And that creates an opportunity for our client to then sell something to them because we've followed the tenets of giving. We build know, we build like, and we build trust. So having ownership of that entire process from start to finish is immensely valuable, and we've had some really great results. So that's it for this episode of The Great Reset. I appreciate you watching. I'd like to say I'll be here in 3 days with another video, but I will not be promising that. You'll get long-form stories from me over the next few weeks and months. I wish you a fantastic holiday season. It's tough. It's tough across the world right now. It's tough in the United States.